Grand Rising, everybody, or whatever time of day it is you're watching me. Welcome to Revolution Sundays with yours truly, Dr. A.G. Green Sr. And as always, I am so honored and privileged to be with you all here on today. Tag and share, share and tag, tag and share and tag. Grand Rising to you, and you. Thank you so much. And we have also a salutation coming from our Patreon community, from our resident mystic Wesley Turks, saying Grand Rising to everyone as well. To the tribe, so glad to be with you here on today. Tag, share, and text, share, and tag. Let people know who can vibe with us, who want to vibe with us, that we are streaming live right now. Let's pray. Almighty, we are so thankful and grateful for this opportunity. Thank you for your agenda for us today. Thank you for a master plan. Thank you for the implementation of the highest will and order for our lives, the gospel, consciousness, the example of the way, the great Yeshua HaMashiach. Thank you today that you're leading us and guiding us. We have an unction from the Holy One, and we know all things. You're leading us into greener pastures. And we just thank you and bless you for healing, for wholeness, for miracles, signs, wonders. We're evolving, we're transforming, we're ascending, we're being renewed in the spirit of our minds. We just thank you today, and we bless you for all the good as well as what we've interpreted to be the bad that's working for our good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. In the name, the way, the example, and the consciousness of Yeshua the Christ, it is so. And so it is. Thank you so much, family, for being with us today. And I'm so honored and privileged to be with you here. Don't forget to follow us at the various social media websites you see listed at the bottom of the screen. That would be AG Green Now on, of course, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Good to see you, Linda. What a wonderful, 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 wonderful day it is. Yes, Grand Rising to everybody between YouTube and Patreon. So good to see you all today. And what an honor and a privilege it is to be in your midst. That's it. Grand Rising to you, Monica, as well. I always like to remind you of Philippians chapter 4, verse 13 says, I can do all things through Christ, through the Christ mind, Christ energy, Christ presence, who strengthens us. I want you to type it in the comment section. I can. As a matter of fact, I want you to speak it out loud. I can. From time to time, we run into circumstances that can and will challenge our mental fortitude, our inner strength. It will challenge vision. It will challenge desire. It will challenge our hearts. And we must know that we are in an eternal partnership with God. And within God is Christ's consciousness and Christ's mind. And you've got to know that you know that you know that I can. Come on, type it in the comment section. I can. That's it. Type it in the comment section. I can. That's it. You've got to believe that you can. You've got to know that you can. And you've got to recognize that you are connected with an eternal source of strength. You are also connected to an eternal source. You're also connected to an eternal mind. You're also connected to solutions that come out of the eternal mind of Christ, the eternal mind of the Creator, the source, and the sustainer. Therefore, I don't just have the strength, but I have the mind, which leads me to the next. Now to him that is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we ask or think, according to the power that worketh in us. That's right. The power worketh in us, for we are one with the creator, source, and sustainer. I am powerful. Come on, type it in the comment section and speak it out loud to yourself. I am powerful. Powerful by permission. I know there's an investment in weakness, there's an investment in fragility, but we ought to have an investment in our native state, in our inherent right, in our inherent powerful as divine spiritual beings. I am powerful. Come on, type it in the comment section. I am powerful. Unapologetically powerful. I've got power over sickness and disease. I operate in power to shift my consciousness, to shift my mood, to shift my state of being. I am powerful. The weak are to declare that they are strong. I am powerful over sickness and disease. I am powerful over poverty. I am powerful over chaos. I have the power to turn pain into purpose and pain into power. Come on, type it and declare it and decree it. I am powerful. On days that I feel impotent, meaning powerless, on days that I feel weak, I yet am powerful. With the mere acceptance of who and what I am in the moment, I am demonstrating and can demonstrate power beyond measure. What a wonderful, beautiful thing it is to embrace who and what you are. Gratitude alert, family. Gratitude alert. Gratitude alert. Who and what are you thankful for today? I am thankful for life, and that more abundantly, meaning I'm thankful for life, an abundant life, for in him I live and move and have my being. Therefore, I send a message to all circumstances that appear to be contrary to abundant life, that I am yet thankful for that which I am manifesting in the moment. I'm thankful for life. What are you thankful for today? I mean, abundant life. What are you thankful for today, family? Type it in the comment section. What you are thankful for on today. Yes, I want to know that you know what you're thankful for. And there's nothing wrong right now with expressing praise and gratitude to God, the divine, the creator of all, as to what you are thankful for. Hallelujah. I'm thankful, I'm thankful, I'm thankful, I'm grateful. Yes, yes, yes. There we go. He's gotten even more specific as well. Wonderful, wonderful. Anybody else? What are you thankful and what are you grateful for today? What are you thankful and what are you grateful for today? Praise is the language of the spiritual. It is the language of the divine. And it is also the language that is known and understood, not only by God, but by the universe itself. Thank you so much for sharing what you are thankful and grateful for. There's nothing wrong with letting out a yell. There's nothing wrong with it from time to time, belting out praise from that which is within your heart, vocalizing it, giving it audible language. Yes, yes, allowing that frequency and that vibration to move from you as a spiritual being into the three-dimensional construct. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Look at all of the grateful and thankful people here. All of the thankful and grateful people here on today. Yes, oh, I missed that one. Let's see. I missed that one. Thank you for bringing it to our attention. Let's see, so let's see, our resident therapist, Pastor Jerry Cotton, was saying it was his mother's birthday. That's right, he told me that the other day. Shout outs to Mama Cotton. I haven't seen her in person in years. Shout out, birthday shout out to her. Yes, yes, what a blessing it is. 76 years of living in the three-dimensional construct. We send love, prayers to Mama Cotton, whose sister just died a few days ago, who just transitioned to the next dimension. So glad for you, and thank everybody for expressing your prayers, your gratitude here on today. Yes, 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 the birthday shout outs are coming in. Born into the construct, born into time, and still connected to eternity. What an honor and a privilege it is. I remind you of the Divine You podcast. Many of you need to go and check it out. They drop every Tuesday. We are planning to drop some more this week. And in case you have not become a member of Patreon, REV50 gives you 50% off the first month. There's all kinds of wonderful dynamic information that we are releasing, every week in the form of posts, videos, so forth and so on. And we're going to add some more dimensions of knowledge this week for you. And I hope that you're enjoying the experience there. Amen. So grateful and so thankful it is so. And so it is. Now let me check in with you real quick. What are you eating and sipping? How are you feeling? What are you eating and sipping? And how are you feeling? I have already finished a cup of my mushroom coffee on today. And I am feeling blessed and empowered and connected to God, the creator, source, the sustainer. Processing 2 deaths, and I have to do 2 eulogies this week, which is something I haven't done in a while in a traditional setting. And supposed to have a colonoscopy this week. I think I'm going to have it rescheduled. But I am feeling, knowing that I'm blessed. Talk to me. What are you eating and sipping? Let's see. Our resident mystic says he's sipping on coffee. And Hillary says feeling pretty good. Eating a small pancake and a piece of sausage. All right. That's underwhelming compared to what she's normally eating and sipping on, but that's good. Monica said had an egg and hash brown, making a cup of honey mint green tea. Yes, sounds very, very healthy, Monica. And Chris is sipping on water. Chris has got water today. Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else want to share what you're eating and sipping and how you are feeling? Let's see. Linda says feeling blessed, eating sausage and biscuit and drinking pineapple soda. Wow, pineapple soda. Haven't heard that in a while. Yes, Hillary makes us all want to eat something. Let's see here. Anna, resident therapist, says grapes and lemon water. Sounds healthy. Yes, a challenging week with death and life. It's reminding me of staying true to my higher self. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you all so much for sharing what you're eating and sipping on today. Thank you for sharing that. And we're going to get into our text for today. Our resident therapist will put up what installment this is in terms of the series that we're on. Let's see, my Chris is all is well with you. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. Absolutely. Thankful for strength during this time. All right, we're getting ready to share with you from the scripture on today. And my assistants have the text, Genesis 18. We're going to look at verses 9 through 15. And our resident therapist is going to put up what installment we're on, because I don't really keep up with that, but I'm so grateful that I have somebody who does. Yes, love all of you. He is expressing his love to you for your support, and I'm expressing my love to you for your support of him and our support of each other. All right, here we go. Part 6, the challenges to manifesting faith. The challenges to manifesting faith. The challenges to manifesting faith. This is what we are discussing today. The challenges to manifesting faith. And we thank you, Almighty, for your guidance, your strength, your unlimited revelation knowledge, your pristine and powerful presence, and your ability to provide us with clarity and understanding. And we bless you. And as we remember the name, the nurture, the power, and the way of Yeshua, it is so and so it is. NIV, where is your wife, Sarah? They asked him. There, in the tent, he said. Then one of them said, I will surely return to you about this time next year. And Sarah, your wife, will have a son. Now, Sarah was listening at the entrance of the tent, which was behind him. This is NIV. And Abraham and Sarah were already very old. And Sarah was past the age of childbearing. So Sarah laughed to herself as she thought, after I am worn out and my Lord is old, will I now have this pleasure? That's a question. Will I now have this pleasure? See verse 13 real quickly. Then the Lord said to Abraham, why did Sarah laugh and say, will I have a child now that I am old? Is anything too hard for the Lord? I will return to you at the appointed time. And she will put up the rest of the NIV. Let's see here. We want to start with the King James Version. Senator Sarah, where's thy wife? And he said, behold, in the tent. Looking at King James right now, he said, I will certainly return unto thee according to the time of life. And lo, Sarah, thy wife, shall have a son. And Sarah heard it in the tent which was behind him. Finishing out the NIV, and Sarah will have a son. Sarah was afraid, so she lied and said, I did not laugh. But he said, yes, you did laugh. Back to the King James, just bear with us. Now Abraham and Sarah were old and were stricken in age, and ceased to be with Sarah after the manner of women, meaning no more period, no more ovulation. Therefore Sarah laughed within herself, saying, after I am waxed old, shall I have pleasure, my Lord, being old also? The Lord said unto Abraham, wherefore did Sarah laugh, saying, shall I of surety bear a child, which am old? All right, and I think the rest of that will come up in just a minute. And we remind you again, the challenges to manifesting faith. The challenges to manifesting faith. And I'm going to add a subtopic to it today. What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at? I'm going to ask you a question today. Type that in the comment section. That's the subtopic for today. What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at? That's the question that I pose to you on today. What are you laughing at? Type that in the comment section. What are you laughing at? Without going back into the previous installments, because sometimes when I do that to give you a recap, I find myself straying from today's course. But some of you all have been with us for several weeks now, and you have an understanding of what we are and have been discussing in terms of the challenges to faith. And we find a couple who has been given a prophecy, who's been given divine information as it relates to the future. And we have been kind of processing how people process their lives, how people interpret their reality, beginning with, of course, religious reasoning. And then we talked about from religious reasoning, which is basically the framework of what your religion has conditioned, dare I say, even brainwash you to believe. There is a formation of a cognitive bias that develops within us, this cognitive and confirmation bias based on our religious experience. And one day I'll do some deeper teaching. I already have constructed a blog that will be released either later this year or next year. I think it's 8, 9, 10 part between the difference between spirituality and religion and the different components that make up both. But many don't understand that there's a reality outside of their religious reasoning. And until you maybe study a little bit of psychology and sociology to recognize, number one, that you are conditioned with a bias. And number two, that bias forms a core belief. And that core belief projects or creates an experience for you known as reality within that you eventually see as reality without. You're thinking that your thinking process, your core beliefs, what you're conditioned to believe is the only reality. You're thinking it is the divine's truthful reality, the Almighty's reality, when in essence, it's yours. It's yours. So your religious reasoning is determining who you marry, is determining how you marry, is determining what you accomplish in life, what you do not accomplish in life. It determines how you approach family. Your religious reasoning determines how you solve problems. Religious reasoning determines your self-concept, your identity, how you see yourself. We discuss religious reasoning and the concoctions people make, the solutions that are created within ourselves, the substitutes that we come up with in the name of God. It really has nothing to do with the creator, source, and sustainer itself, but it has everything to do with our understanding and interpretation of our self concept, or excuse me, our conceptual framework of who and what we think God, the creator, source, and sustainer is. And from that definition, we live our lives. Good source reasoning. What we don't understand, we tend to make up. I'm going to say it again. What we don't understand, we tend to make up. Sarah literally thought that she was stricken with barrenness by God. And there are a lot of people who think that the creator has cursed them or caused a series of situations and circumstances that are dreadful to appear in their lives just to send a message. I no longer believe in that, but there are many people who do. So when we don't understand what God is doing, we tend to make up challenges. We make up things along the way as rationale to interpret and explain our painful experiences or anything that's not in alignment with the confirmation or cognitive bias. There's natural instinct reasoning. In other words, when we are waiting and marking time, we deal with impatience and instinctive reasoning can set in. In other words, time motivates us, or our interpretation of time motivates us to reach for what's within and pull up what we know. So we pull up what we know in the moment. We pull up answers. We pull up answers to the things that we think we know in the moment, that have been maybe solutions for us in the past, that have been maybe things that filled the void for us in the past, that have been maybe things that have been pretty stable, solutions, stable answers to the problem that navigated us through. And so we reach for that which we have known for years, sometimes known all of our lives. And we, again, are conditioned by preset suppositions. We are conditioned, again, by what we've been taught, what we've learned, and what we've applied. And so we think that the answer is always going to be the same answer, but is that the case? And then we talked about cultural reason. At times it's easier to follow our natural inclination and cultural wisdom, to use our own resources, to bring the blessing we desperately desire. Unbelief focuses on our power and makes things happen, end quote, Frank Damasio. And so there are things that we are taught within our culture. Again, I always teach you here that we are creators. There's nothing that's happening haphazardly in your life. The good, the bad, and otherwise has manifested because you and I have believed that it either is an answer or indirectly it's contained within our core beliefs in terms of even the negative side of our lives. The thing that I have feared the most has come upon me. What does that mean? Even in being an upright man, even in being, as the scripture would say about Job, a man who escheweth evil, a man who is morally upstanding, a man who appeared to have a wonderful, solid relationship with God, the creator, source, and sustainer, yet had a fear. It is possible to live with repressed fears. It is most definitely possible to live with beliefs that may not exist in us consciously, but exist within us subconsciously. Sarah reached for a cultural definition, a cultural explanation, a cultural solution, which was to offer a substitute in terms of a handmaid named Hagar to, in her mind, answer the divine knowledge, answer the divine solution, answer, watch this, the prophecy. And as I've shared with you before, the creator, source, and sustainer that is also present in a collaborative universe does not need our help to provide answers and solutions. And when we come up with substitutes that are not in alignment with the divine plan, that are not in alignment with the divine mind, that is not in alignment with what God has willed and what God will carry out through a conscious universe, then we are headed for complications. We're headed for self-created intricacies. We're headed for heartache, and we're headed for pain. I want you to understand what I am talking about on this particular day. And so we can make things happen. I want you to type it in the comment section. I can make things happen. Type that in the comment section. I can make things happen. The question is, do you want to make those things happen? This is what we tend to do when we don't trust the process. We don't allow it to unravel and unfold. Again, the details are not our business. It's up for us to accept and receive in faith that which we desire. We declare it, we speak it, we meditate on it, we meditate in it. And then we allow the creator, source, and sustainer, again, who controls a collaborative conscious universe, to bring into being the fulfillment of that thing. But many times we want to create substitute relationships, substitute jobs. You didn't hear me, substitute treatments for our physical bodies, instead of us allowing inspired action, which is an unction from God, which is an unction from your higher self to guide us. We just doing stuff. I want you to hear what I'm saying today. We're just doing stuff. And until we get to a place, like we get to a place of self-actualization, we get to a place where we are on a stable pathway to healing and wholeness, I want you to understand that your state of mind and your state of consciousness determines, again, what you're thinking, what you're believing, and how you would approach a problem and how you think you should solve the problem. For example, if you were raised to see violence as a solution, then you're going to always, until you shift the track, until you shift your mind, see violence, see anger, see rage as the solution. There's so many things we pick up in childhood and so many things we adopt in our adulthood that served us for a time, but no longer serve the new version of us and the new version that we desire to be. They decided that they were going to help God. Abraham is just as complicit as his wife, because instead of him standing firm on what was revealed, that promised seed and that promised answer was going to come through my wife, through my spouse, he decided to accept the cultural reasoning as well, entered into that woman, impregnated her, and created an Ishmael. And I think what's interesting is that Ishmael does mean God hears. God hears. It doesn't mean that God answered through Ishmael. It doesn't mean that God supplied. It just simply means that God hears. The Creator does hear and does know everything. But that just because God hears does not mean that God is answering. Oh, y'all need to hear what I'm saying. Just because God hears doesn't mean that God has replied. Ishmael is our own reply, not the reply of the creator, source, and sustainer. Now I'm asking you the question, what is it that you have created as a substitute? What is it that you have yourself found as a solution that's really not the best solution? It's really not the solution of the Almighty. It really doesn't fit in the plan. It really has nothing to do with what was declared and decreed and told to you, even what your spirit self is saying to you in terms of the direction and the path you are on, but you jumped off the path because you saw something that looked more appealing. You jumped off the path because something lured you off the path, and you realize you should not be on that pathway. Who is the Spirit talking to here on this particular day? I want to visit Genesis 18 today and make a few points from that text. I was looking through it and was incredibly inspired by what I saw in the text, and I thought that we should spend just a few minutes in that particular text of Genesis 18. And I believe we were going to begin at verse 9, 18 and verse 9. And I want to encourage you here on today to take heed to what is being shared and what is being decreed from this particular text on today. And he said, I was certainly, verse 9, and they said unto him, where is Sarah thy wife? And he said, in this particular text, and in this particular text of verse 10, let me pull that up real quickly. Verse 9, I'm sorry. Make this bigger on my screen so I can see what I'm looking at. And he said, behold, in the tent, verse 10, and he said, I will certainly return unto thee according to the time of life, and lo, Sarah thy wife shall have a son. And Sarah heard it in the tent door, which was behind him, verse 11. And Abraham and Sarah were old and well stricken in age, and it ceased to be Sarah after the manner of life. Let's discuss that just for a few minutes, because there are many times people think they are ineligible for certain things. They think they are ineligible for certain things because of the stage or the state of life that they're in. I'm talking to a group of people right now who may have disqualified themselves from believing certain things based on certain limiting beliefs they have been encouraged to believe. I'm going to say that in a different way. Somebody's watching me right now has a limiting belief about why they cannot have a certain thing. Mm-hmm. Now, with Sarah, it was because of her age. She was considering the fact that she was beyond ovulation. She was beyond a space and place in her life where she would be able to produce any more eggs. Number one. Number two, she had been barren all of her life. For her and Abraham had been trying to have a child for years, but never could conceive. I'm asking you today to consider, is it possible? Is it possible that you are operating with a collection of limited beliefs that tells you because of your age, you can't have something, because of finances or what you perceive to be the lack of finances, you can't have something, because of your own personal trauma or your own personal pain that you have not resolved, that you cannot have something? Is it possible you're telling yourself because of your sex or because of your gender or because of what you perceive to be a lack of intelligence, a lack of know-how, a lack of resources, a lack of education, that you cannot have certain things? Is it possible that you are considering, like Sarah, you're considering history, biological history. You're considering family history. You're considering ethnic history. And it has caused you to come to a conclusion that you cannot have certain things. Sarah had decided that it was over. She had decided that it was over. She was thinking within herself that there is no way I'm still going to be able to have and enjoy and experience giving birth to a child at the age that I am right now. She was old, the text says, and stricken with age. She no longer produced, a menstrual cycle. And she's thinking within herself, this is not probable nor possible. Who is the Spirit of God talking to here today? And let me share this with you. This has nothing to do with age. When I say age in terms of self-discrimination, has nothing to do with age. Self-prejudice has nothing to do with age. For the young as well as the seasoned, stricken with an acceptance of what they believe to be the practical, pragmatic, in order, efficient, real or realistic way of defining who and what they are in the moment. I'm talking to people right now who have experienced everything in some shape, form, or fashion that I'm talking about right now that has caused you to come to a place where you're looking at your life and looking at your checking account and looking at what are perceived to be the only opportunities in your present life or in front of you. And you have declared and decreed that something is going to be hard or something is going to be impossible or something is not probable. My goodness, talk back to me today. Is anybody understanding the perspective that I'm sharing with you right now? And have you ever stood in that place where Sarah stands, where you have thought that it's not going to happen? You thought you missed your window of opportunity. You thought you missed your window of opportunity for the career. You thought you missed your window of opportunity for true love. You thought you missed your window of opportunity for success. You thought you missed your window of opportunity to have your own business. You thought that you missed your window of opportunity. You're saying within yourself, I'm past that. I had that opportunity and it's gone. And the text says in verse 12, she laughed within herself. And after I am waxed old, shall I have pleasure, my Lord being also. In other words, after I have gotten this age, after I have attained the age that I am right now, how in the world are you saying that I am going to be able to experience this pleasure? Is this really, really true? Is this really, really possible? The word laugh here is an interesting word in the Hebrew. It means to laugh. It means to mock. In this particular context, the same word laugh and laughed are the same Hebrew word mentioned in verses 12 and verses 13. Same Hebrew word. You wouldn't understand what I would mean if I said perfect third person feminine singular. This is exactly why I say, as it relates to hermeneutics, interpreting the scripture, that even your average pastor doesn't know the language this deeply to properly be able to contextualize every text. But what I want you to know is it does mean in this particular text to laugh and to mock. To laugh and to mock. I want you to hear what I'm saying today. To laugh and to mock. And it's not necessarily that she was laughing at God as she was laughing at what the Creator said. Catch what I'm saying today. Right now, I am in the category as everybody else. I have received a word. I have been told something, or I've even had a thought sometimes that was an inspired thought that came from either my spirit self, which is my higher self, or from the Creator itself that made me laugh. Not just laugh out loud because it was funny, although to her it did tickle her to the place that she laughed, but also it is a form of me mocking what was said. Wow. I want to take my time as I travel through this passageway with you. And I'm saying to some of you right now, I unequivocally know that some of you all, in your own way, have laughed at certain things that you have dreamt. You have laughed at certain things that have come to your mind. You have laughed at certain outcomes, at certain things as it relates to your future, at certain things that were so big, so much bigger than you, so much bigger, watch this, than where you are now, so much bigger than what you have been experiencing, so much, watch this, bigger than your faith, so much bigger than your current state of mind, so much bigger than what you are processing, so much bigger and so much greater. It is so deep that your shovel has never ever touched that depth before. It is so deep that your mind, even when it roams there, starts feeling confused and out of place and dizzy. It's so deep until you can't fathom in the moment that this can be me in 2 years from now. This can be me in 3 years from now. This can actually turn around. Listen, when you live with what Sarah lived with for so many years, it didn't make difference that she had a deity, a power, a higher source that she believed in. She yet believed within herself because of the physical side of her being, because of her mental state, because of her advanced age. She had a difficult time accepting. She had a difficult time embracing that she could actually, number one, have a child. Catch this. I'm going to go on to say it because I don't just believe that pleasure means having a child and the pleasure of having a child, but I also believe the pleasure of having a great love-making experience. Y'all quiet on me up in here. See, there was a time where she was the only one who was barren, but yet she could perform sexually in terms of intimacy. But then it appears from the text, or it appears from what we know about the situation, that Abraham's body eventually devolved to the place, watch this, where he could not perform. And I also honestly believe she was thinking within herself, pleasure as a twofold thing. Pleasure in terms of being able to actually become impregnated and produce a child. Watch this. But also pleasure in the bedroom. Lord have mercy. Is there somebody here watching me right now who's given up on the very pleasures of life? Not just sexual pleasure, watch this, but financial pleasure. You've given up on the pleasure of the possibility of pleasure in travel, the pleasure of the possibility of pleasure in living abundantly, the pleasure of the possibility or the possibilities of pleasure in having a one-on-one, direct, committed, loving, romantic relationship. You've given up on the possibility of having pleasure within your family in terms of relationships. You've given up on the possibility of pleasure in terms of companionship. You've given up on the possibility of pleasure in terms of inner peace, wholeness, and fulfillment because people are still restless. Yeah, I feel this. People are still struggling. People are still challenged. There are folk who are talking to me who might have money in the bank, but you're yet unfulfilled, and the pleasure of being fulfilled tends to escape you. There are people who have good family relationships, but there's an emptiness and a void on the inside of them that causes displeasure. And you're wondering, will I ever have the pleasure of happiness? Will I ever have the pleasure of healthy self-love? Will I ever have the pleasure of completeness? Will I ever have the pleasure of feeling good about myself? Will I ever have the pleasure of being confident in those things that I'm doing and being consistently confident? Just having the pleasure of experiencing life. We are compartmentalizing. We're compartmentalizing. Will I have the pleasure of looking in the mirror and loving myself the way I ought to love myself? It is possible to have pleasure in your finances, but not have pleasure in the way that you perceive that you look. And it is possible to have pleasure in the way that you perceive that you look, but not have pleasure in your relationships and not have pleasure with your children and not have pleasure with your family. Come on here. It is possible, hear me, to be married, but still not have pleasure in the bedroom or not have pleasure in the relationship. It is possible to be single and available and handsome or fine and good looking, but continue to manifest dysfunctional relationships that consistently manifest as pain, as displeasure, as sadness, as terror, as agony. I feel like running here. Oh, somebody help me. I feel like running here. Who is the Spirit of God talking to? And it is a self-created construct. It is us defining ourselves by trauma. It is us defining ourselves by disappointment. It has nothing to do with the God that we're one with, or the endless divinity that we possess, or the knowledge that has been released to us in the form of a prophetic word. Has everything to do with how we see ourselves. And I share this with you, and I said again to you right now, I'm saying it in this way. Listen, family. Listen, family. God, the creator, source, and sustainer, can say the greatest things about you possible, can have a future outlined for you. Watch this, where the highest, best version of you is already in existence. But unless you believe, you will not see it. Unless you embody it, you will not manifest it. Unless you take on the identity by faith of that which the Creator has said that you are, you will only see that which you believe materialize in your life. Oh my goodness. And up to this point, family, we see right now, we see what Sarah has believed all these years. She believed that her situation had deteriorated to the point that her opportunity had passed her, that opportunity had left her behind. She believed, watch this, that despite what God said, that she was incapable of accomplishing certain things within her body, because her body, watch this, was telling her something different than her Creator was. Oh my goodness. She was interpreting what her body was saying, watch this, and caused it to have a superior prioritized position over that which her Creator said. And every day, you and I live, family, with the same tension. We live with the same tension. We live with the same tension. I love what this unknown sage said. Faith and doubt go hand in hand. They are complementaries. One who never doubts will never truly believe. Think it not strange that you're dealing with both faith and doubt at the same time. Think it not strange that every single day or every other day, or at least a few times a week, doubt pops up in your mind. Hear what I'm saying today? Sarah, watch this, is believed to have experienced a theophanic experience, had a theophanic experience. It is believed, watch this, that the Creator showed up with two celestials. Those two celestials in Scripture may be defined as angels, but two celestials, two superior beings, two powerful beings, are believed to have showed up with the Creator outside of her tent to have a conversation with her husband. But yet, whether it is she did not quite be able to grasp the moment or have the poise of the moment to recognize that this is the Creator in a physical body, or this is the Creator in an anthropological form, or this is the Creator in anthropomorphic expression, or this is the Creator in a physical body. Whether that moment was lost on her or not yet, and still she knew somehow, some way, that the Creator was operating through. Even if she didn't know in the moment, it was God. It was her source. It was the divine deity. It was the divine speaking to her. And yet she struggled. Oh my God. I want you to type it in the comment section. It is possible for God to speak to us and we still struggle. Come on, type that in the comment section. It is possible for the divine to speak to us, and yet we struggle. Come on, type that in the comment section. It is possible for the divine to speak to us, and yet we struggle. We struggle. We struggle. Let me look at my time. We struggle. We struggle. Come on, type that in the comment section. It is possible to hear from the Creator, directly. And yet, we struggle. We struggle so, family. We struggle so, family, until we can become cynical. We can become cynical. Hear what I'm saying today, where we start taking on an attitude of doubt that can turn into bitterness. That bitterness can turn into cynicism. That cynicism can turn into apathy. That apathy can turn into loathing, where we are laughing. We are laughing at what has been said to us in a manner that is scoffing the Creator, in a manner that challenges what has been said. Yeah, I'm going to have some pleasure. After 10 bad relationships, after 15 bad relationships, how am I going to have the pleasure of a good one? After getting fired 6 or 7 times, how would I have the pleasure of having a job I actually like? After working for people and struggling, how can I possibly have the pleasure of owning my own business and thriving? Some of you all have been in business, but it's been trickles and it never seemed to get off the ground, and you laugh. And you got another word that if you switch this or tweak that, it's going to explode into a business that takes care of you and your family for generations. We laugh. We laugh, we laugh, we laugh. Watch this, in the tent. We laughed in a veiled position. We laugh in a place that we think, watch this, and in a manner that we think the Creator cannot hear us or see us. Creator's on the outside of the tent in the physical body. She's on the inside thinking somehow, some way that she can keep her thoughts to herself. But I want you to understand that if you have found yourself in a situation where you have become cynical and bitter and angry, watch this, and you are talking in a tone that mocks and scoffs God, I want you to understand the Creator sees, and the Creator knows, and the Creator recognizes that you have been laughing. You have been laughing. Yes, you have been laughing. You have been saying to yourself, I'm way past the opportunity for that. You have been saying to yourself, this is going to be more of the repeat of failure, more of the repeat of deterioration, more of the repeat of me not getting the things that I really, really want in life. I need you to catch what I'm saying. I want you to know that God knows. The divine knows. The divine is paying attention. The Lord of everything and all things is hearing your laugh. It's hearing your laugh. And I have to ask you again this one simple question. What are you laughing at? Is it possible that you're listening to this presentation and you're still laughing? Yes, yes, yes. Is it possible that right now you're watching me and you're still laughing? Is there a part of you right now that you are trying to suppress and keep from laughing? Is there a part of you right now that you have opened the door? You've opened the door and say, go in there. It's time out because you can't be laughing. Wow. By the preacher's preacher. You can't be laughing while Dr. Green is eloquent. There's a part of you that's saying, oh my goodness, I have been laughing. I have been laughing. There's a part of me that has been mocking. There's a part of me that has been then mocking the Creator. There's a part of me that has been resisting. There's a part of me, yes, that has been jesting. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I ask you a question in verse 14. 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 After the Creator has asked you the question, whether you recognize it or not, whether you recognize it or not, the Creator is speaking as He is one with me, as also one with you. And asking the question, did you laugh? What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at? Oh my goodness, I feel like running. What are you laughing at? He said, I will surely return to you at this time next year. And behold, Sarah, your wife, will have a son. And Sarah was listening at the tent door, which she was behind. And then after that, she laughed. What are you laughing at? Are your finances so scarce, feel so scarce, look so scarce that you're laughing at the possibility of better. It's your physical health and your diagnosis and the maladies that you're dealing with. Do they appear to be so despairing to you? Do they appear to be in such a way that it's getting worse and not better? And a word such as this makes you laugh because doctors have already said this and put you on these pills. I got to ask you, what are you laughing at? What are you laughing at? Are you laughing at the potential possibility of many, many years of bliss and joy as you've experienced many, many years of sadness and many, many years of struggle and many, many years of heartache and many, many years of misery? Is it possible? Is it possible that you're laughing at the possibility of joy? What are you laughing at? I got to ask you the question, what are you laughing at? Are you laughing at the potential of an online business? What are you laughing at? Are you laughing at the potential of expanding the you? Are you laughing at the potential of picking up something that you put down and actually becoming successful at it? Are you laughing at the potential of your dreams, visions, and desires that have been implanted in you by the divine, by the creator, source, and sustainer? Are you laughing at the possibility of those things actually happening in your favor? Are you laughing at the possibilities of not looking at what you have as a liability, but looking at what you possess as an asset? Are you laughing? They said that you're a speaker, but you feel like I'm not articulate and can't vocalize and I cannot express myself the way I want to. And there's a position that has come open, but you're laughing at yourself and laughing at other people who are suggesting that you fill this role. What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at? I got to ask you the question, what are you laughing at? What are you laughing at? I need to ask you, what are you laughing at? Some of you all have goals. Some of you all have goals, and you've had those goals for so long. It looks like it's not even possible that those goals are going to take place. It looks like no matter what your creator says, no matter what your source says, no matter what God says, it looks like it's just too late. Oh my goodness. It looks like, it feels like, come on here, your physiology, your body has been programmed. Watch this. To accept misery as norm. Your body and your brain has been programmed to accept frustration and rage and anger as the norm, to live in a perpetual state of despair, to continue to release cortisol to the effect of producing stress that's where and worn you out until the alternative of being in a state of happiness and bliss on a daily basis is foreign to you. And that is your central nervous system laughing. The possibility of you existing in a different state of consciousness, the possibility of you being happy every day. I know some of y'all think that sadness is life. I know some folk think that being discouraged is life. I know some folks think that being in an argumentative state with people and being in a state of conflict is just normal. So you laugh and you scoff. You distance yourself, oh God, from anything that resembles something that's the opposite of you. And one part of you says, I want this. This is mine. I'm manifesting this. But the old you, with the old thoughts, with the old program, with the old software, keeps raising its ugly head and saying, this ain't possible for you. You don't even deserve this, is what the voices say to you. What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at? What is that voice consistently reminding you of, saying that you just don't deserve, saying that you just can't keep, saying that you just can't ever have, saying that you just can't hold on to? What are you laughing at? That voice, watch this, that voice that keeps arguing with God's voice that said you're never alone, but it tries to tell you all the time that you are alone. What are you laughing at? The voice that's more comfortable in misery and strife and pain and aloneness versus the voice of God that's saying you're never alone. I've sent love that you've never experienced before. I've sent opportunities. I'm sending a wealth of abundance and finance in every area of your life. But yet the voice in you keeps laughing. No, 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 no. This cannot be for me. For all my life, watch this, I've had to fight. You're telling me I'm going to be placed in a position where I can lay down my weapons, or is there somebody or something or someone that fights for me, not against me, but with me? Oh, this is funny. This is funny to me. This is so funny. It's so funny that you can think that I can have a brand new vehicle. It's so funny that you can think that I can live in the house of my desire. It is so funny that you think that I can have the career of my choice that actually fulfills me. Oh my God, this, I heard what you just said, but this is so funny. What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at? Because somebody's been laughing. Somebody been laughing. You think that life consists in normalcy of these kinds of things, in terms of those things that cause you to have to struggle every day to make it. And when the prophecy and when the word of ease and excess and overflow manifests itself, you identify so much with lack. You identify so much with poverty mentality until the prosperity one challenges you. No matter how many miracles you see, you laugh at the potential of having faith to manifest the next thing. What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at? And I ask you the question. I ask you the same question. The same question that the Creator asked. Is there anything too hard for the Lord? I ask you the same question. Is there anything too hard for God? I ask you the same question. Is there anything too hard for your Creator and your Sustainer? I ask you, why are you laughing at what the Creator has confirmed to you? Why are you laughing at what the Creator has said to you? Is there anything? Is there anything? Is there anything? Is there anything too hard for the Creator? And only you can answer that. Only you can respond and reply. Only you can talk back to me properly. Only you can respond to that. You know why? Because it is your concept. It is your concept of the Creator. Hear me. That's going to determine if there's anything, y'all didn't catch that, too hard. Oh, you didn't hear what I just said. See, this again, I want you to understand something. We've explained it from physics and quantum physics and psychology and social, this confirmation, this cognitive bias, this observer effect. I've explained all these things to you. Hear what I'm saying today. Your God in your life, although this God is omnipotent, although this God can do everything, although this God is hardwired into the fabric of the universe, and there are unlimited possibilities. If you believe the God is limited, that you know, that's one with you and a part of you. And if you believe, watch this, that you don't deserve what this God, this Creator, this divine has promised to you, what this God, this Creator, and the divine has said that you are in terms of being powerful, then you're going to live in a defeated you. You're going to live in a watered down version of a concept of a Creator, watch this, that's more interested in penalizing you than empowering you, that's more interested in separating itself from you than being one with you. If you believe that you're ineligible like Sarah, you believe, despite what has been said, that you're ineligible like Sarah. What if you believe that? Hear what I'm saying today. We want to be thankful for April.
We want to be thankful for Abraham because although the Sarah that was a part of his life, hear what I'm saying today, the Sarah that he was one with, they connected to, had doubt. Catch what I'm saying today. The two become one. They're one flesh. I say to you right now that just as there is a Sarah that lives in you, there's an Abraham that lives in you. I want you to type it in the comment section. Let the Abraham in me rise. Lord have mercy. I got to stop here. Let the Abraham that lives in me rise. Type that in the comment section. Let the Abraham that lives in me rise. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Let the Abraham that lives in me rise. Let the Abraham, the Abraham that represents all possibility, the Abraham that believes and knows that with God, the Lord, the divine, the creator, the source, sustainer, all things are possible. I leave you with this question. Is there anything too hard for the Lord, for the divine? Listen, catch what I'm saying today. If there are some things that you think are too hard for the God that's in you, with you, one with you, and a part of you, then you need to reconsider your definition, because that is the thing that's ultimately stopping you. Two things. If you think your creator can't do it, and if you think you're incapable of manifesting and being and accepting and worthy, watch this, of what the creator said is yours. Now I got to ask you one more question and I'm done. Do you know that you're worthy of better? See, somehow, some way, the worthiness question can come into play. Am I truly worthy of this? Am I eligible? Can my body really change? Can my mind really change? Can I really see a miracle? And am I worthy of it? Can I keep the miracle when I get it? So many questions. But you've got to know that you know that you know that I'm worthy. The Lord asks you the question, and I'm asking you the question. What's too hard for your creator? What's too hard for the one that's one with you? You might need to go back and think again. You might need to go back and do some more research on your creator, your source, your sustainer. Hear what I'm saying today. One writer said that Paul quoted, or that was quoted in Acts, in him, Luke quoted, in him we live and move and have our being. The sustainer of everything, not just on this planet, but in thousands and thousands, of solar systems, millions of planets that our telescopes will never reach in our lifetime, that our rocket ships can never fly to. This creator is responsible for everything. Is there anything too hard? Because if you think there's something too hard, you've already shut the door. If you think that you're not worthy and that it can't happen to you despite what your creator said, you've already closed the door. Hey, my God. I gotta go. I gotta go. What are you laughing at? The very thing that you're laughing at is the thing that you have not manifested yet. Hear what I'm saying today. But I'm here to prophesy to you. I'm here to confirm to you that what you laughed at is really yours. Hear what I'm saying today. What you laughed at is really yours. And I want to encourage you right now to stop laughing at your allies, to stop laughing at the word, to stop laughing at the prophecy, to stop laughing at the unlimited potential that is you, and start laughing at those thoughts that came that are enemies of your greatest potential, and enemies of your creator, source, and sustainer. Start laughing at it. Oh, so you say that I'm going to always struggle. I'm prospering and I'm in great health, even as my soul prospers. Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful that I'm living my dreams? Laugh at those thoughts that show up as the opposite of who and what you are. We love to post, and I want you to start posting more testimonies in Patreon. Somebody reached out, one of our members who reached out and keeps up with us, not on live, but many times watches the replays, said to me how he got that vehicle that we posted in our Patreon community using the things that have been taught. Watch this. There's one thing that I left out of the post. The thing that I left out of the post was a couple of things. Number one, he's talking to the salesperson, and the salesperson is saying to him, we got this car, we got that car. And the person said, they were saying, nope, don't want that. Nope, don't want that. He said, the salesperson said to him, now listen, I understand. He said, but you know, your credit's not good. We got to work with you where you are in your credit. He said he ignored the man like he never said nothing. Hear what I'm saying today. You got to learn how to laugh and ignore. Hear me, even people who are not intending to be your critics and people who are not intending in the moment to laugh at your vision and dream, but they are. He said he acted like he didn't even hear him. And he said, what about that Audi I saw? And he said, the man lit up and said, yes, that Audi is still available. You can go and look at that, blah, 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 so forth and so on. So this is the part I want to share with you. He said, as he went through the website, the car dealer's website, he starts looking at more than the Audi and start trying to look at other cars. And he said the spirit within spoke to him and said, stop looking. That's the car that you already saw. Hear what I'm saying today? That's the car. Didn't have the down payment, but drove home with the vehicle, owned it. Got pre-approved at an interest rate lower than what he expected because he had financial struggles and woes in the past. Didn't need a cosigner. I need you to catch what I'm saying. Just started working a job. Only had one paycheck. I want you to hear me. But he said he went to bed every night seeing himself for 30 days in a new vehicle. He praised his God, his creator, his source of sustainer every day for all kinds of things. And he allowed the Abraham in him to rise. I want you to hear me real clearly today. Stop laughing at your blessings and start laughing at your enemies. Stop laughing at the real you. Watch this. And start laughing with the real you at everything that appears to rise up against what has been declared and decreed within you as yours. Almighty, I'm so thankful and grateful for everyone who's listening to me now. Thank you for their inspiration. Thank you for their elevation. Thank you for their motivation. And we ask you to forgive us for all the things we laughed at that you were presenting to us. We know it's you. And we know that in this partnership we have with you, that it's already done. We just need to allow our faith to be released, to be deployed to the end, to the finish line. And we bless you and we thank you. We use the example of Yeshua If thou canst believe, if you can believe, all things are possible to them that believe. It is so, and so it is. Oh my goodness. All right. These are the giving opportunities we're going to put on the screen for you. As a matter of fact, let me just put up the scrolling ticker and I'm going to release you. Tell me how you're feeling. Tell me how you're feeling before we release you. I appreciate you so much. That's right. Circumstances. They don't. Circumstances don't matter. Keep reminding yourself of that while you're trying to figure out how to work this out, how to move this around, how to get this done. Just say circumstances don't matter. Keep saying it over and over again. Keep feeling it over and over again. Solutions are there. Answers are there. Supply is there. Provision is there. Circumstances. They really, really, really don't matter. Talk back to me how you're feeling. I feel the presence where there's never an absence. I feel the anointing. I feel the strength of God right now. Talk back to me. Talk back to me. Talk back to me. How you doing? How you doing? Is there a special prayer request you have that you want me to agree with you on? Real quickly, talk to me, and I'm going to release you today. $ AG Green, even $ AG Green Enterprises. You can use Zelle. You can even give by chime if you desire. I sense this so strong. And just as I started prophesying 2 weeks ago, there have been numerous testimonies, not just the car, but numerous. I told you things were shifting for you. Things are changing for you. Miracles were going to emerge and manifest. I've been saying that. More is coming. You might be a traditional Christian watching me today, but I'm going to prophesy instant jackpots for people watching me, instant wealth, instant lucrative financial opportunities. Watch this. Instant lucrative connections to bring wholeness and completeness and fulfillment in the lives of those who are part of this tribe and lives of those who are watching me right now. I decree that the darkest day is about to transform into the brightest day, that your darkest night is transforming into the brightest light. Let the Spirit, let the Spirit, let the Spirit speak. Let the Spirit own its oneness with you. Let the Spirit take its place in you. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I sense it. I sense it. I sense it. I sense it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Just last week, I had some things I needed to take care of. Not only did I declare and decree circumstances don't matter, not only did I declare and decree that I have it all, I turned around and gave to a ministry. And within hours, my need was supplied because circumstances don't matter. When you and I decide something in faith, it's already done. We already have the evidence because the power lives within us. Thank you. 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 Mm-mm-mm. That's right. Let's laugh with the Creator. A laugh with the Creator is a laugh against the enemies of progress in our lives. The enemy, we are laughing against the enemies of manifestation of our best and for our best in our lives. A laugh with God is a laugh against limitations and lack. I feel it and I sense it so strong. Yes, 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 yes. And we don't promise the moon like ministries do. when you give here. I just pray and connect with you in faith that when you sow, you reap endlessly. And it's not just about money. It could be resources. It could be people. It could be connections. It could be healing and wholeness in your body. The law of reciprocity is real. When I give and you give, it is always given back to us, especially when we give in love and faith to support. You can't pay your creator. The creator doesn't need money, but you can abide in a principle, a universal law that brings you return every single time. Thank you. That's right. That's right. Laugh at contemptuous thoughts. Laugh at doubtful imaginations. Laugh at critical people. Laugh at them. When people tell you things you can't do, I must admit, it's happened a few times in the past that sometimes I just start laughing. Folk don't know why you laugh. I'm laughing because I'm not agreeing with you. I'm laughing because I'm not aligning with that. Shatatataba. I feel that deep in my shanana, as they say. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm going to release you today with the shalom blessing and giving you an opportunity to give. And I'm in agreement with you that which you sow will always return to you in some shape, form, or fashion that is beneficial to you and for you. Ooh. Okay, I got to let you go. I'm feeling this and sensing this so strong. And I thank you right now for all of the new testimonies that are pouring in this week that have taken place in the lives of those viewing, watching, and partnering with us. It is so. And so it is. Shalom, shalom, peace, wholeness, and prosperity. Nothing missing and nothing broken. Love you dearly. See you in a few days. Thank you for being a part of this journey of awakening and transformation. Support the light through Revolution Inc. by liking, sharing, and giving. Cash App $AG Green and $AG Green Enterprises. You can also give by Zelle. Anthony G. Green at hotmail.com is what you use. And Chime $Anthony/Green/336. If you haven't joined as a member of Patreon, now is a good time. We're a spiritual community that's evolving, transforming, and ascending. If you like what you have seen and heard, connect with us. It's time to vibe with your tribe. Also, take time to visit theaggreen.com for the latest developments and just explore divinespeciesshop.com for spiritual tools to elevate your life. Your love and support helps keep this mission alive.